Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing today? I am live and direct from Rio Tinto, so I'm leaving my aunt's house. I'm gonna give you a small little tour of Rio Tinto. This is my aunt's house, so this is where I just exited from. I'm using I don't really know how to work this thing here. I'm using let me see here. I think I gotta bring this down. There you go. All right. I think that's much better. So I just exited from there. So as you can see a lot of people, they are cleaning up, but they need to clean up here in the streets. So I am walking towards the river, so that way I can show you the lights that we've installed. When I say we, I'm talking about the organization that I am a part of, in which I am the vice president in New York, and the president is Omar Big Mama. He's the president. And I'm gonna give you quick names of some of the members that are usually very active. Buenos dias. That are really active in this organization. I should have put some suntan lotion. So this is one of the roads to take to go to the river. I could have chosen to go the other way, which before I made this turn, but I think this is a better route because this is where the lights that we are installing for Rio Tinto, which is this village here. The sun is about to start beaming, and I forgot to put suntan lotion, but it's all good. I'm gonna take the risk. So today is Thursday. Today is going to be a busy day for me. Today I have a lot in my itinerary. I have to go to the school and give out some candy to the kids. This is something that I do every year when I come here. I'm gonna say every time I come here, because I was here last year, but the year before I wasn't here because of COVID. So I didn't come. I think for 2 straight years I didn't come here. So last year and this year, you see all this garbage here. All this garbage needs to be picked up. I don't know what's going on over here, but there's a lot of litter, and usually it's not really like that. But so like I said, I'm gonna give you some of the names of the members of this organization. The name of the organization is called Rio Tinto Alliance. And this organization came about because one of our brothers here was murdered execution style. So we all gathered together in New York to see what it is that we can do to try to prevent such a horrific episode here. So what we decided to do, okay, so this is one of the lights that we installed. So this is one, and initially we try to have security here in this village, because this village lacks security from the state of De La Atlantida. So that's 2. This is another light that we installed. That's number 2. That's number 2. Let me see something here. There you go. Okay. That's number 3 right there. Number 3. Yeah, so what can we do? What could we do to prevent such a horrific episode. So initially, we all gathered together in New York, and we had a meeting. A lot of the guys. It was a guy thing, all the guys from this village that lives in New York. We decided to form this group to see if we could try to raise money to build like a precinct, so that way another one, the government could send a police authority in this village. But at the time, we didn't have the funds for it. So what we were doing, we were raising money every month, because every month we have a meeting. The first Saturday of every month, we have a meeting. And in that meeting, in the beginning, when the tragedy happened, it was like, I think I'm gonna say like 20 plus people that came to the reunion. And then after that, the second month, it went down. And then the third month, it went down until we only had a couple of members. And usually our meetings is no more than 7 people. This monument here is the Rio Tinto monument, and this was donated from one of my good cousins. His name is Giovanni Oscar Crisanto. He was the one that built this. Him and his crew. They built this monument here. I love Rio Tinto, so I definitely gotta take a picture. And then this light here is courtesy of them also. So, yeah, that's nice. So far we counted 3 or 4, I think it is. This is the 5th one right here. So like I said, I'm gonna continue with the story. So I came up with the idea. I'm talking about year 3. This was formed like 3 years ago, right? So in November, I was frustrated, and I was like, yo, it's only every month that we get together, we donating $20 every month, and it's not enough of us. How many people from Rio Tinto is in New York? I know it's more than 200 people from Rio Tinto that lives in New York. Why don't we try to see if we could try to talk to every resident of Rio Tinto that lives in New York that works, to see if they could donate $20, because if we donate $20 every month and there's only 7 of us, how are we going to progress? So my crew, they thought about it, and they was like, you know what, it makes sense. So I decided to send out a video and to talk about my initiative. My initiative at first was to give 50 people $20. Buenos dias. Initially, it was supposed to be 50 people, $20. That's $1,000, that we could raise every month. And out of that $1,000, we're gonna send 600 to install 4 lights a month. And so far, it's been working. And I am so proud of this initiative, and I am so thankful for those that participate in this program that we have running as an organization. Buenos dias. That we have running as an organization. So it's very, very important, to have light. Because let me give you the origin of Rio Tinto. The origin of Rio Tinto is the only way to have light here is through solar. But back then, before they had solar, they didn't have electricity here, and they still don't have electricity. Everything is run through generator. And the generator usually runs from, once it starts to get dark, a lot of people that own generators, there's people that don't own generators, but a lot of people that have generators, they turn on the lights for their neighbors and for themselves. And this is something that's been going on for decades, until solar came about. Back then, it used to be kerosene, solar generator, and then when the solar came about, not a lot of people. Okay, like I'm gonna say, anybody that owns homes, they have their own solar lights. Some, not all, because some cannot afford it. This is another light. There you go. Some cannot afford it. So the streets don't have lights. So it gets very dark. It's very, very dark at night. Once the sun goes down, once the sun sets, 6:30, after 7 o'clock, it's dark. And that's where a lot of robberies happen. A lot of violence happens sometimes at night. Sometimes you can't see somebody, they're trying to rob you. Things of that nature. So we decided that the money that we had in the bank as an organization, we decided to, being that we didn't have money to build a port for the police, we decided to put up lights as a safety precaution. And it's better for the village, than to have lights. So since we started this initiative, we've installed more than 30 lights since November, and we are in January. So hip hip hooray for that. This one right here is private. I'm assuming it's whoever lives here. That's their light. Okay, so yeah. That's what we've been doing in this community. So what we've realized is that in order for us to illuminate the whole village, I think this will be like a 3-year project. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of lights that we are going to need, but we are making progress. We are going to take this one day at a time. And buenos dias. We are going to take this one day at a time, and we are going to see, after this project, we already know what we want for the next project. So basically, in New York, or there's members in Houston, there's members in all over the world that's residents of this place. Buenos dias. That's residents of this place, and what we're trying to do basically, it's like paying a tax. It's like paying a tax. We ask for $20. We don't ask for no more than that. $20. That's 63 cents, 67 cents a day. Right? So in the States, when you pay a tax, the taxes go towards a lot of different things. It's to fund the police, to fund the fire department, anything to better, each state, because each state is different, right? So, and that's what we as the organization trying to do for this village, is if you pay this $20 tax every month. But like I said, the initiative was supposed to be 50 people, $20, but I really wanted more than that. But 50 was like a minimum. This is the new medical place for Rio Tinto. This was inaugurated last month, and this was donated from the people back home, the organization that my cousin Carlos Martinez, shout outs to him. Also, shout outs to Carlos Martinez for this initiative. He does fundraisers, and they raise money, to do, things like this. So shout outs to him. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying about the tax. The goal was to have 50 people, $20 a month. Buenos dias. 50 people, $20 a month. That's $1,000. The lights to get it in, to buy it and to install it, that's $622. And then the difference, which is three something, stays in the bank. So that way we could raise money every month. We could be on the green every month. So that way, once we raise enough money to build the one of those for the police, so they could stay there and detain whoever is committing crimes here temporarily until the chief of police comes and takes the delinquent to the city. So that was the purpose of that's the purpose of this organization, and that's the purpose of the fund. So that's another light that was installed. And after we finish illuminating the whole village, then we go to the next project. It's just to better this village. What we're doing is collecting money to better the village, where it's for cleanup, lights, the cleanup of the beach, the cleanup of the village. Where you see, it's amazing how in this area you don't see a lot of dirt, not dirt, but a lot of garbage, because these people here, they clean up after themselves here, and it's not really a traffic place. It's not really a lot of traffic here. So for what I'm realizing right now is that there's not a lot of traffic. There's not a lot of garbage. You see garbage here and there a little bit, but not as much as over there. So this is something that needs to be brought up. And that's another thing. As we raised money every month, it'll be for initiatives like what we just saw over there with the garbage. We need to come up with a system. We need to come up with a system. That's another light right there. We need to come up with a system where we could eliminate the garbage. Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás?
Tranquilo.
Okay, tranquilo. Bless. Yeah, so we could come up with a system for the garbage. Where should we install the garbage? Things like that. Very, 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 very important, because I'm assuming, okay, you know what, let me go back to my assumption. I am assuming that there's garbage here from way, 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 way back then, from what I see. And plastic is hard to burn, because usually in every village, they burn their trash, which is good. But there's a lot of garbage, and we need to come with some type of initiative to combat that. An initiative like where to put the garbage, where to dispose of the garbage for the whole community. That needs to be a topic of discussion. Because if we don't come with an initiative, the litter is gonna be worse than what it is now. Buenos dias. Yeah, the litter is going to be worse than what it is now. So now that I'm here, this is something that I'm definitely going to talk to in our next monthly meeting. The disposition or the dispose of garbage. And that is very, very important. Yeah. Buenos días. Buenos días. Yes. Okay. All right. So the guys want me to shoot them a video. They want to talk about the things that they are doing. ¿Cómo entro? Okay. Okay. So I'm here in Rio Tinto. I'm here by the river, and the guy saw me, shooting content, and he was like, come in, and we're gonna give you a coconut. We like what you're doing and stuff like that. So, people see what we're doing, and I really, really, really appreciate that. He gave me a little story of what it is that they're doing, over there. But like I said, this right here, it's a thirst quencher. So this is the coconut. Everybody knows what this is, but he was explaining to me, the whole process of from tree to the processor, where you could grade this. You could make your coconut milk. You could make your coconut oil. You could make your coconut bread. Everything. And then the skin. Well, basically the skin that's inside, what they call it, the yolk, whatever it is that they call it, the milk, the whatever what it is that they call it, that creamy part. You know what I'm saying? That gets grated. So you can make your water, your milk, and then the husk. There's a use for that too. You could use this as coal for fire. So nothing goes to waste here, man. And there's no price on it. You know what I'm saying? It's priceless. You know what I mean? But you can make money off this also. So I just wanted to put that out there. But I'm here and I'm shooting content, to show, what's going on in Rio Tinto and our project that we're running for the Rio Tinto Alliance. All right? Cheers. Okay, I'm here in Rio Tinto. This is the Rio Tinto Marina. This is where all the boats are parked. And it's a beautiful morning. I'm trying to beat the sun, but so far the sun is undefeated. The sun is beating me. But anyway, the origin of this video is to shoot content on the solar lights that Rio Tinto Alliance is involved in. This thing is not working for me. But anyways, the journey continues, and I am going to be doing a brief, small little video on our project and where it is that we want to go. So I am walking back. I'm walking back from the river back to the center of town, the center of Rio Tinto. So now my next mission, this mission is already completed. I gave you a tour of the center going towards the river. Now I'm gonna go to the school and I'm gonna go donate some candy to the kids, because today is my last day here. And a lot of times I wait for the last minute to do things, so I do procrastinate a lot, but I do get things done. So I'm gonna go back to my aunt's house and I am going to go get the candy, and I'm gonna go donate candy to the kids. All right. Yes. Bueno. No, no te estoy grabando. ¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien? Okay. She didn't want me to record her. She was shy. She was camera shy, but I wasn't trying to record her. I don't want to record people without their knowledge. That's disrespectful. That's why I always ask, if they want to be recorded. So I am walking towards the school. We all family here, so this is my cousin's house here. The orange. This is her water well. She has tile on it, and that's what I'm doing to mine also. I'm gonna put tile on mine. This is my uncle's house right here. This is his carport, his parking lot, his parking garage, his parking port. Okay, he has his water system. I don't know whose house that is, but I'll find out later. So I'm giving you a walking tour towards the school, and that's where I will be, excuse me, I will be donating money, not money, I'm gonna be donating candy to the kids. You know, the kids, they the future, and I feel like that's, you know, they are always a priority, you know, and what you want to do is always set a good example towards them. That's my belief. I've always been a believer of that. I've always been a believer of supporting the kids. Anytime they have some type of fundraiser, I never hesitate to give back. Buenos días, primo. ¿Cómo estás, primo? Ajá, aquí. Voy a ir a la escuela a darle confite a los niños. Okay? Okay, primo. Gracias, primo. Okay. So you heard him. He said, buenos días. ¿Cómo está, tía? Aquí. Paseando. Ajá. Gracias, tía. Yeah, so the guy, I just shouted him out. That's my cousin. And I was like, I'm going to go donate candy to the kids. And he was like always. You know, so, and then my aunt, she just told me just now that I always do this, and I get it from my father. Yes, I do get it from him. He was very generous to this community, but I also get it from my mother too, because my mother, she is very, very involved, and she's very, very heavy on giving back. She's heavy on giving back to the community. So this is my uncle's house here in Rio Tinto. Master. This is Master's house. Mi tío Ru. This is his house, and I always liked his house, man. Since I've always come here, I always admire this guy's house, man. I love it. You know, he landscapes his property every 2 weeks. You know, so big shout outs to him. Buenos días, Norma. ¿Cómo estás? And that's Norma right there. That lady, I always come and I visit her, but I'm not gonna film her without, you know, her permission. Buenos días. Buenos días, ¿cómo estamos? Okay, gracias a Dios. Yeah, so, all right, so I'm gonna go to the school and go give out the candy. All right, so this is the coconut grating. This is where... This is what they... Okay, so explícame qué es lo que van a hacer con este coco. Aceite. ¿Y qué es lo que van a hacer con el aceite? ¿El aceite es para cocinar? Para vender. Okay. So this coconut, they're gonna grate it and they're gonna turn it into coconut oil for sale. So you got Ronald over here. He's turning on the generator, so that way they could start grating the coconut. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chill here and I'm gonna watch the process and see how they do it. But the reason for this video is because I see that they have a hole for the garbage, and what they do, they dispose of the garbage in that hole, and then at the end of the night they burn it. So that's a good way to combat the littering, you know, of a lot of places in this village. You know, I feel like if this is the case, if they have a hole here, that means that I think every resident should have a hole in the back of their house. And that's just to eliminate, that's just like the first process of eliminating the disposal of garbage.